We're going to carry the Tigers press conference. Scott Harris, your new president of baseball operations, the new big boss, the czar. ABA, anyone but Avila. Well, here we go. Analytics-based, young, rising star, and at one point is shaking hands with Theo Epstein. Was his right-hand man in Chicago. I'll take it. We'll hear from him 2:30. We're hoping to get him on the show in the 4 o'clock hour. See what he has to say. See if Chris is going to open the checkbook for him. See how he's going to fix this largely inept organization top down.
I think that's the biggest question that most people want to know is this a real thing where you're allowed to come in here and go and get real players and really fix this thing, or is it just kicking the can 2.0?
Right. Well, it's twofold. Like, the part of the question I want to ask him is just, look, what assurances have you been given that you're going to have carte blanche to do the things you need to do within reason? No, we're not signing someone for $500 million.
So we're not going full New York Mets.
No, because Steve Cohen makes Chris Ilitch look poor. Steve Cohen's got like $15 billion.
Right.
And he's a Met fan. But no, we'll get to that. I wanted to open with Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football has me inspired. And I want to know if Lion fans are going to identify with this. And look, we're going to do a lot of stuff today. We are going to get to the Michigan State stuff again. And I have something for Michigan fans. We've got a weekend report. But, man, Monday Night Football. Specifically Eagles-Vikings. And less specifically the Buffalo Bills. It was all apparent to me last night, Ricardo, that the Lions can beat every team on their schedule with the exception of the Buffalo Bills. I watched Philadelphia and Minnesota, and we were on Eagles minus 2.5, so it was a glorious evening. Minnesota's who we thought they were. Not as good as week 1, not as bad as week 2. But you know what they are? They're beatable. They're gettable. Will it take you playing better than you played in week 1? And close to how you played in week 2? Yes, it will. Do I guarantee you're going to beat Minnesota? No. But you know what? They're gettable. That game's not an auto loss. When I look at the Philadelphia team, you know what, Rico? We have to start looking at them a little different. No, not as the Bills. The Bills are a monolith. They're a dreadnought. They are one of one. They are the Georgia of the NFL, basically, right? Mm-hmm. But the Philadelphia Eagles might just be a team that's going to be a force in the NFC.
Yeah, you know what? You got to look at Jalen Hurts, and he's taken that Tecmo offense and mastered it.
Yep. Because they've insulated him. Great O-line.
Yeah.
Great tight end. Great receivers, plural.
I thought he was going to do – I didn't think he was going to be this good this fast, but I'm like, I believed in him at the time.
And guess what else they have? Big play Slay. Still playing high-level ball. James Bradbury.
Wow.
They got some corners. You know the front four is good. I really would love to see Jordan Davis a little more.
You know, I had a discussion with this guy, and when you're behind Fletcher Cox.
I know. I understand.
It's one of those, rookie, I'm going to get you some time, but you're a rookie. I'm an all-pro.
Later in the season, I'm sure.
Learn the lesson when I need to take a break or when I need to sit a game out or so you're going to play. If you think about it, it's actually a position of strength for Philly because
it is.
He doesn't have to play right now. He can actually learn. You don't need him to be winning games because they're winning them already.
But I want to ask Lion fans. I came away from last night, Rico, going, you know what? I don't care about their history. I don't care about how hurt people are or PTSD or any of the other stuff. If people want to be born losers, that's on them. This team can absolutely beat everybody on this schedule with the exception of Buffalo. Now,
so you're saying 15-2?
No, I'm saying it's on the table for them to do some big things. I'm 2 weeks into this, and to really form opinions, I probably need to be 4 weeks in.
Right.
But when I look around the NFC, you know what I see? A lot of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Decent. With 3 eyes. You know what I don't see a lot of? Great.
There is no great.
And I don't see a lot of good.
There's average.
So, A-I-I-I-I-G-H-T.
You know what I see? And I listen to my goodness, it's almost like this man deserves his own podcast, David. and maybe you pair him with Jim Costa.
Oh, this is feeling very patronizing.
But, and he even said it on this show, he graced Detroit on the airwaves in saying, guys, avoid Minnesota because primetime Kirk never shows up.
Hey, shout out Monday Night Record. Primetime Kirk, now 2-10.
And Slay, big play Slay, I think he was like Oprah last night. You get a football, and you get a football, and you get a football. Mike, I understand your optimism. I don't see it happening because I can't see Justin Jefferson having that type of a game
Twice.
Back to back. You know he's angry. You know he's like, dude, I was open all night long. Throw the ball deeper instead of handing it to I see the whole up-down fact. I see anger. I see problems.
Could I offer you something? What if everything you're saying is true? And my counter to it is, put your cowboy hat on. Put your big boots on. We're going to have a shootout on Sunday.
Yeah. But I think that's every Lions game is going to be a shootout.
But stop right there. Hold on. This is good. This is good. That's how it all began with the Chiefs. They would win shootouts. The defense was way behind the offense. That's how it started with the Bills. That's how it always starts. You can build an offense easier than a defense. And, Rico, I'm not saying they're going to beat Minnesota. But this is one where I'm losing the tolerance for them not to be in games in the fourth quarter with everybody. I am going into Sunday with an open mind that, you know what?
See that, but that's different what you're saying because you made it sound like this team would go 15-2.
No, I'm saying all right. Let me try this
again. What is in that
again.
iced coffee you're drinking?
Let me give you an example. My Giants, your Giants, America's Giants. I do not believe they are capable of beating the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, I think the Giants are the worst undefeated team in the league, but they're not going to beat the Eagles. There's teams on the Giants' schedule they have no chance against. The Lions, I think, are at least a touchdown better than the Giants. And that touchdown difference grants you access to the VIP room. Like Patrick Ewing at the Gold Club. You get to go to the special area. And that area includes, you can beat everybody on your schedule with the exception of one. You won't beat everybody because bleep happens. Because it's the NFL. Because coins have two sides. But what I'm saying is, Lion fan, when you watched Monday Night Football last night, Eagles look really good. Vikings look mortal. Do you now sit here on a Tuesday? Your O-line's going to get healthier. Swift will get healthier. We're going to add J-Mo, which is going to be like a huge trade acquisition. Are you willing to buy in and just say, you know what, win or lose this week, I am raising the bar on my expectations for this football team?
I would say this. I would make that statement, Mike, after we get through the second quadrant. We got the first one we're in the middle of.
I know.
We're expecting to go to. Now, the next one, you're going to play four teams that I think you could easily go 0-4 against, and I want to see where you go after that. I can't because I would feel better about that statement, at least about Minnesota, if this game was a Sunday night game or a Monday night game. It's a Sunday at 1. It's the appetizer. It's the hors d'oeuvres. Okay? This is where the Lions are all year.
I know.
That's as you say, if it was prime time, man, death and taxes and Cousins just going to
The
crap
odds
the
tell
bed.
you they're probably going to lose to Minnesota. But I'm asking people to take a bigger view of this. That the NFC 2 weeks in, Bucks don't look right. The Rams don't look right.
Dude, how about that? What is it? 6 undefeated teams?
Right. Cowboys are a mess.
And your Giants are 1.
Right. And we know they're fraudulent, but it's fun.
You know what?
But it's fun.
Mike, they're undefeated.
It's fun.
Why don't you give them the respect that they deserve?
Because we're on to Monday night against Dallas.
Okay.
But my point is 248-539-9797. I'm shooting you right down Main Street on this. The NFC is wide open. And while other teams are a train wreck or other teams look highly flawed, you're better than you realize. They're worse than you're willing to admit. And your football team, with this offense is going to have a chance to win a hell of a lot of games. I'm willing to say it. If they go 5-12 and I look stupid and I owe Rico dinner, that's fine. Because in this moment here and now, I'm telling you exactly how I feel based on watching all the games that you guys can't watch because you have lives. This is the deal, man. Everything's on the table, including beating Minnesota Sunday. And I wouldn't have said that 2 weeks ago. I would have chalked it up as an auto L.
I'm still chalking up as an auto L because especially after the way Minnesota lost last night, Justin Jefferson basically pounded on the door at 5 o'clock in the morning at the Cousins' household. Hey, get up. Me and you out there practicing right now. I wear 18. You throw me the ball.
Prime
okay?
time, Kirk. It's a thing.
And Thielen's in the passenger seat. Yeah, what he said.
Thielen's in a wheelchair.
I'm just saying.
Thielen's old and baked.
Right, but yeah, what he said. When they covering him, you throw it to me. But stop throwing it to the other team.